Rebirth is an open meta right now. There is no best gun that you have to be running in order to be successful. So today, I'm going to be taking you through my top 4 high kill Rebirth loadouts so you can start to get more kills. 4 primaries, 4 secondaries, perks, lethals, and tacticals. Let's get into it. Now to start us off here, I want you to specifically notice that I labeled these loadout 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, and 1.4. That's because, as I mentioned, I don't believe there is a best option right now. You have to figure out which one of these 4 primaries and which one of these 4 secondaries you play best with and which one you can hit your shots with and ultimately go with that option. Now, loadout 1.4 right here, and we're going to be talking about perks, lethals, and tacticals at the end, but loadout 1.4, we're starting off with the XM4, the Cold War M4. This is a great option, has been for a while, recently got a little bit of a buff. It's got a good damage range, it's got a good damage profile. It does have a little bit of recoil, but if you can figure out how to control it, it is definitely a great option to be running on Rebirth. It's something that I see a lot of pros using because of that range and that damage profile. It's a good all-around AR. Now, for the secondary for 1.4, we've got the Type 100. Now, very important thing to notice about the Type 100 is the 36 round mag. This is one of the fastest killing SMGs that you can possibly run right now, but because of that 36 round mag, it's a little bit tougher to use in trios and quads. You have to be very efficient with hitting shots, specifically high damage areas, and you're gonna have to run throwing knives and hit your throwing knives to save bullets to make it viable in trios and quads. Solos and duos, this is an incredible option. Like I said, one of the fastest killing SMGs that you can run, but trios and quads, you've got to be very efficient, or just keep in mind that you're gonna have to reload throughout fights. Next up with 1.3, we have one of my favorite ARs, which is the Cooper Carbine. Has been for quite some time now. Good range, you know, it's very easy to use. It's got a good damage profile, but what I love most about the Cooper Carbine is actually the fire rate. Now, why is a fast fire rate so important? Well, it gives you a little bit of room for error. With slower firing guns like the C58 or the Cold War AK, the EM2, if you miss a shot, that drastically alters the TTK. With a faster fire rate gun, that next bullet's coming out immediately, so if you miss a shot, it doesn't affect that TTK as much. So I love the Cooper Carbine here. You know, if you are running on console, try out the 2.5x scope. That's a quick tip for you that I have on Vanguard guns. Try out the 2.5x scope or the 3 to 6x. See which one you like better. Now, for our secondary, I'm going to give you a little bit of a different one here. A lot of people would say the well gun. I think the well gun's good. It's okay. It's tougher to use. It's got a 40 round mag. You know, the Vanguard Hipfire PPSH is probably one of my favorite guns to use. This has an incredibly fast fire rate. They just buffed the range on it. The fast fire rate gives it a good TTK. The mobility on it is great. Most importantly, though, it is a hipfire only gun. It is the #1 hipfire SMG that you could possibly run right now. Biggest advantage there is you don't actually have to aim down sight. You can be very accurate with your hip fire, and that's going to give you a huge advantage, getting the first shot and being able to actually get off a lot of shots before your enemy can actually shoot back at you, especially because of the fire rate of the hip fire PPSH. Like I said, it's not going to be on a lot of people's top 4 loadouts, but in my opinion, it is a great option to run. So try it out, see if it's the best SMG for you. Now with loadout 1.2, we go to the Automaton here. Automaton and Owen gun. You're actually going to see this in the gameplay that I'm showing, by the way, which is a high kill Rebirth win where I am live commentating what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing as a 4KD player that allows me to drop high kills, and it's really going to give you insight into why I make the decisions that I do. I'm actually going to be running this loadout right here. Now for the Automaton, great all-around gun. I run mine a little bit differently. I do run the Anastasia sniper barrel. That gives a little bit more range. It does have a little bit more recoil because of that, but overall I think it's manageable. It's easy to hit shots, and the range on this is really good. Once again, has a pretty fast fire rate, allowing you to miss a shot here or there and still be okay. And overall, it's just a good AR to run, especially for Rebirth. Next up, we have the Owen gun. One of my favorite SMGs to run. I know a lot of pros are running the Owen gun still, and I want to talk about 2 things here: barrel and magazine. Now, a lot of people are running no barrel here, but put the precision back on. There's no difference besides the precision actually gives you more range. So put the precision barrel on. I promise you it's going to be a much better overall gun. You're going to notice how good it is at a little bit longer ranges. You're still able to get down when you're caught in that middle spot where you're in between, you know, that person's a little bit further away, but you don't have time to switch to your AR. You're still able to get that down with the Owen gun. The second thing is the magazine. Look, once again, going back to fire rate, I'm running the 72. I like how fast the fire rate is. I know that the 60 is a little bit quicker in terms of TTK, but if you miss one shot, it drastically changes that TTK, and all of a sudden now you're in a bad spot. So I'm running the 72, gives you a little bit more wiggle room to miss a shot here or there. Overall, this is the Owen gun build that I'm running. And once again, like I said, you're going to see this loadout in the gameplay that I'm showing you. Last up, we have the STG and the MP40. Personally, this is probably my favorite loadout to run, STG, MP40, or STG and that Owen gun, strictly because of just how good it is. You know, like I said, there is no meta, but the STG and the MP40 STG Owen gun are definitely very good. Here's the build that I'm running for the STG right here. Once again, I know there's some different builds, but I'm running the 50 round mag here, giving you a little bit faster fire rate. And overall, I think this is a great option. Good range, good damage profile, very easy to use, good fire rate. It's a very solid AR. Next up, we have the MP40, which has been my favorite for a while. Still a great option. They nerfed it, then they buffed it again. It's right back to kind of where it was before. And overall, this gives you good mobility, good range, good damage profile. It's a very good all-around SMG to run. So as I mentioned, pick one of these four, figure out which one or pick one of the 4 ARs and one of the 4 SMGs, figure out which ones you are actually best with. Now let's talk about perks, lethals, and tacticals here. In terms of perk 1, I kind of always go with quick fix. I'm going to be honest, I have been thinking about running EOD lately with how ratty it is and how many people are running these rocket launchers, just because it gives you a little bit of a damage increase, or you're able to take more damage with EOD on. But I'm still running quick fix, especially because I'm putting myself in a lot of 1v3 and 1v4 situations. As soon as you kill a player, that health regen starts. As soon as you start putting plates in, that health regen starts. It's a huge advantage. I don't run double time. Reason being is, you know, all this does is make you slide cancel less. It makes your attack sprint a little bit longer, but that just means that you don't have to slide cancel as often. I use slide canceling to my advantage a lot, especially when sliding around corners. And plus, given the close quarters of Rebirth, you don't have to have an extended attack sprint as long. So I'm running quick fix. Perk 2 is always going to be overkill. Perk 3, now you kind of have two options here. A lot of people are running amped. I always run combat scout. I think the live ping component is a massive advantage, especially in sweaty lobbies where people are constantly challenging you or repositioning quickly. That's going to give you insight into where exactly they're moving to. So I do not run amped. I run combat scout. I think it's a massive advantage. Next up, let's go to lethals and tacticals. Lethals here, I think you should always run throwing knives. It's going to allow you to get that kill quicker, allow you to understand where those enemies are, give you that information to figure out what your next move is. Now, tacticals, two things that I would always recommend: heartbeat sensor or stim. What is the easiest answer to which one you should run? If you feel like you struggle with awareness, you don't know where people are, you don't see people well, you don't know how to use your minimap to your advantage, or you struggle to use your minimap to your advantage, run heartbeat sensor. Don't stare at it. Pull it out, see where somebody is, then go find that person and work on your awareness. If you feel like you have good awareness, you know how to use your minimap, you understand where people are rotating to, and after you get a kill, you check that minimap, you figure out where they're going and reposition, then run stims to your advantage. This is really going to be a huge benefit. So overall, this is actually kind of what my loadout looks like: primary, secondary, quick fix, overkill, combat scout, throwing knife, stim. I hope you enjoyed today's gameplay. I hope you learned something. Subscribe down below for daily Rebirth videos, and I'll see you in the next one.
Yeah, right around. Stim, and then we'll drop down, turn the corner. Clean. Okay, still a bunch of people over this way. We got to be careful here because TCAP's not alive. I don't hear anything. Let's push over to control here. Okay, I think I should be okay. I'm gonna chuck armor box while I'm going.
Reinforcements are on the way. Enemy soldier
Downed. Can I get this thirst to figure out where people are? Down below here. One down, backside that way. Last one. I really want to try to get a UAV here. Right around the corner from me. Yeah, he's somewhere over this way.
The auto mantle, man.
Let's get back in on Lodi.
New safe zone highlighted. Armored truck delivery.
Okay. See if we can get back. See if we can regain a little bit. Brian, thanks for that sub. I appreciate it. One down, one dead there. Okay, let's go back over this way. One over this
Enemy UAV active.
broken right there. One was over to the right here. Yeah, we're gonna take advantage of him being tagged.
One of your allies is back in the game.
Somebody in the truck already? No. We just hit those shots with the automaton. Let's go. Come on. We got to keep rolling here. Still a bunch of people around here.
You're the last one standing, soldier. Survive until others redeploy.
I don't know where this guy is. Okay. I kind of got to be careful here because TCAP's not alive. Just heard that guy.
Redeploying.
Oh my gosh, there's your automaton. Oh no, he's a bullet. There's a redown right there. I kind of want to go push this. I'm going to go push up here. I'm going to go push up. I know that this team's over by the truck. Okay, so they're fighting a team in boat. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play from all the way up this way, and I'm going to be strategic and flank this a little bit more than I usually would.
It's all on you until squad mates redeploy.
One straight ahead of me. Let's go ahead and pull back here. Let's be smart.
Squad mates redeploy.
Man, those were two good tosses. I really want to push this, but I don't even know where it's spot here. Yeah, they are just campy. Let's go push all the way around. Let's just be smart here. There's one down here.
Operation is over. Watch your six.
Like, there's one floating around here.
Get to the new safe zone.
I didn't see where those teammates were. I just saw this guy.
Adjusted. 10 remain. Victory is within reach. Enemy team hunting for you.
I hope your game's going well, Joe, because I
Redeploy.
can't get my loadout.
Let's go. We just kind of got to lock it in here. Ooh! Can I turn off auto mantle? No, I wish I could.
Watch your six. Resurgence will be gone soon.
That's fine. I can still pop.
I need radar. Send recon.
One over this way, one on top prison. These guys actually top prison or no? No, I'm trying to get inside, please.
Gas is right on your tail. UAV is out of fuel. Returning for resupply.
Run. Get to the zone.
Guy above me in tower right now. Nice. Love that. One team left.
Okay, last team's over.
You
down
need anything?
Yeah, I got 19.
Okay, yeah. I'm just support because this has been a blender of a game for me.
They've
They're in
got
the truck.
Great.
I'm gonna go on the roof.
Okay.
I have a sniper.
Good luck. Godspeed.
If I can snipe this guy, I'm doing it.
First guy's down.
Cracked.
Dead. Let's